Hello and a good day to you. So, yesterday I went back down to Woodlands Health Campus, and exactly 1 month after my surgery, the doctors gave me the green light, discharged me, says that I'm fully healed from the surgery. And I thought, hey, it's 1 month anniversary from the surgery. This is a good time to read some of your questions and answer them on video. Kevin Lim 8539 asks, curious, I thought such minor surgery does not require being completely knocked out. Any reason for a full knocked out for your case? Right, what he's talking about is general anesthesia versus local anesthesia. GA being the case whereby you go to sleep, you wake up, your surgery is done. LA being that they just inject numbing agents or anesthesia around the site so that when they work on it, you don't feel any pain. And honestly, I didn't know I even had a choice. The doctor just told me, oh, you'll be going to sleep, waking up, surgery is done. Okay, sure, I prefer that anyways. Yesterday, I asked the doctor why GA and not LA, and his answer is very straightforward. Based on his experience, patients that go through GA tend to have a better experience than those that go through LA. The act of injecting the anesthesia into the surgery site in itself is already causing a bit of discomfort. I think for most patients, they actually give them a light sedative so that at the end of the day, you still don't feel any discomfort from it. You know how, like, for example, when your friend or your partner is sleeping and you tickle them and they end up subconsciously moving their hand to swat away all those disturbances? Yes, that's what happens when you go through LA and they give you a light sedative. In fact, some patients don't even remember moving their hand to instinctively swat away and touch the surgery site, and that causes complications along the way. So unless the patient is not suitable for general anesthesia, for example, maybe they're old or they have some adverse reaction to general anesthesia, or the patient insists on going through local anesthesia, they would generally prefer if the patients go through GA. Brandon T9179 says, still wear underwear. Your doc never told you to let it breathe free for a few days/weeks, meh? Well, Brandon, my doc didn't say that. In fact, all he said was just wear comfortable clothing. That's it. I don't know, maybe it's medical advancements, maybe the surgical glue is that good. I don't know. I do agree that as much as possible you should let it breathe free. So with the first week or two, I actually did pull down my pants to let it breathe when 1, I'm stationary, and 2, I know I'm covered and won't be flashing my neighbors. But when I'm walking around the house, I do pull up and then cover up lah. Okay, I'm going to combine 2 questions together. So MAGZ4IJ asks, hi Bruce, can you share how much you spent on this surgery? Is it CPF claimable? IMTH3GOD asks, hi Bruce, did you see a normal GP or a specialist? So I went for as low budget a route as possible because A, I didn't know how much it would cost. 2, I didn't know if my insurance would cover. And 3, just didn't want to pay upfront as much as possible lah. So with that objective in mind, I went to see a GP first to ask for a referral to a specialist. And when I went to the GP, they did ask, would you like to get a CHAS subsidized route, which normally takes a little bit longer, but it's a subsidized rate. Of course I went with that. To give you an idea of how long I had to wait, I went there in August, or was it July, I can't remember. The specialist appointment that they gave me was for December 24th of that year. And had it not been for Woodlands Health coming to me and telling me that they had an earlier slot, I probably would have had to wait all the way until then, just because I went with a CHAS subsidized route. But that said, everything works out, and the total bill amounted to about $760 for the surgery alone, of which my insurance was able to cover up to $720-ish. And the remainder covered by MediSave. So yes, it is CPF deductible. Ryan Voon 4883 asks, is there a decreased penile sensitivity after the circumcision? So this question is twofold, or rather the answer to this is twofold. So the tip in itself, it used to be covered by the foreskin, right? So after you cut it off, that skin is now tender to touches, but at the same time is a little bit less sensitive to arousal. If I'm wearing slightly rougher textured pants and I'm walking around, I can actually feel a little bit of discomfort from the rubbing. According to the doctor, over the next few months, the skin will be sort of change and become sort of normal skin like this. And when that happens, it becomes less sensitive to that kind of touches. But arousal wise, I feel that it actually has gone down. It's not as sensitive now, but everywhere else around the penis actually became a little bit more sensitive now. So balances out, I guess. Right, this is an interesting question. Onizuka Sensei 11 asks, would you have considered a circumcision if you didn't have BXO? If you ask me, right, now that I know a little bit more about foreskin, circumcision and stuff like that, I probably would have done it. And in fact, if I had known it earlier, I would have done it way earlier. It's generally cleaner, it's easier to maintain. When there's no foreskin, you don't have to take the extra effort to pull back and clean the head. There's no foreskin to pull back. It's just like any other appendage on your body. Just soap it, rub it, clean it, spray it, rinse it. It's clean. Before circumcision, there's a lot more steps involved to prevent any smegma and dirt from building up there. And then you have to clean the foreskin yourself, so extra steps. And that's the interesting questions from you guys. Let's move on to the FAQ, aka circumcised versus non-circumcised. Before circumcision, peeing was kind of straightforward, and the stream is a little bit thicker and less sprayish. Imagine if water is coming out of a hose. Post-circumcision, peeing is less straightforward. It's coming out of that tiny hole only. There's no channel to direct the pee. It's a little bit more high pressure and at most times a little bit sprayish. So I have defaulted to peeing seated down at home. But I'm outside, it's free for all lah. In general, a circumcised penis is a lot easier to take care of because again, there is no hidden gaps or grooves and no covered areas that let things fester over time. It smells a lot cleaner. It doesn't have that pee smell when you forget to clean properly or after peeing and you're just leaving there for a while. One last thing that I thought would be quite interesting to compare would be size. For some reason, I don't know if it's placebo or because of the surgery swelling or whatsoever it is, it kind of feels a little bit bigger now. I don't know how to explain it, but it really does feel a little bit bigger than last time. So yeah, so if you feel your thing is a little bit small and you need a little bit of enlargement, maybe consider getting a circumcision. Win-win, right? There is one more thing I noticed alongside the change in size, and that is the change in flaccidity, rigidity of the thing, the schlong. Back then it used to be kind of like taut and tiny and pulled back. I'm a grower, you see. But I feel that post-circumcision, it feels a little bit more floppy, a little bit left-leaning, and generally not as turtlenecked as before. So yeah, interesting to know. And with that, I'm going to end this video and along with it, this saga or series. Hopefully I'm not going to be called the circumcision man in the future. But still, if you have any questions about BXO or circumcision, you can always leave them in the comment section here or the one before. I'm going to be going back to regular programming, so if you want to watch more videos, feel free to click here and here. And I would greatly appreciate it if you can drop a subscribe, drop a like. It will really help the channel. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.